Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my video, thank you so much for being here. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can consider subscribe and share it with your friends. I am a traditional Western tropical astrologer, and I use a whole sign house system for all my forecasts and reading. In this video, we are talking about August 18th to 24th of 2025. On August 22nd, 1:33 p.m. Pacific time, or August 23rd, 4:33 a.m. Hong Kong time, the sun is going to enter Virgo and kickstart Virgo season for all of us. This mutable yin earth sign is going to start to wind down summer season for us in the northern hemisphere. And I love how this energy really ties in with the back to school energy for all the students, because Virgo is all about getting organized, bringing our focus back, and this energy really ties in the students getting ready to start a new academic year as well. So I love how sometimes in our world, things happening on a collective level really ties in this season of astrology. Of course, this energy doesn't limit to students only. We are also being reminded of this Virgo season energy that it's time to bring our focus back into the little things, and that magic can happen in the most mundane way and in our everyday life. Magic can be found and happens anywhere, anytime. It also reminds us that magic, the result, the changes that we desire in life doesn't need to happen and doesn't often result in big grandiose gesture or dramatic changes that we do, even though it does happen sometimes. But we tend to forget that actually all these big result or changes we desire in life happen in over time, right? So Virgo season really remind us that instead of the big grandiose gesture or dramatic changes or shift, it is all about the tiny daily changes and habits that we do, that we continuously to do, that can lead to big result and changes over time. For example, it's like developing a habit that truly nourish your body, that truly tend to your physical health, that can maybe help you tackle to a physical health problem, or maybe this is about having that little tiny habit or changes that you do that will lead to big changes, right? So Virgo season really remind us of the magic in the mundane. So for some people, perhaps maybe you're wondering, why is this change, or why is this the result is not happening yet in my life? But maybe you also realize that you have been putting off the little things that you can do every day to lead to that big changes. So use this Virgo season to ask yourself, what kind of things are you putting off that you can start to do? No matter how small it is, that can lead to the result, the change, or even like the big change or result that you desire in life eventually. It reminds us to patiently attend to our daily little tasks, daily tiny little ritual or habits that we do that continue to support, nourish us, and even lead to big changes over time. So again, tuning into this Virgo energy is not about stressing that big leap you need to take right now, that big changes you need to do overnight, because often the change, the result will not be happening overnight. But this is about you knowing what you can do. Maybe this is about breaking that big task into tiny, tangible, doable, manageable things or tasks that you can do on a daily basis continuously. Maybe this is about you organizing how you can tackle this task, making a to-do list and slowly check it off little by little, one by one. And during this time, this is all about getting back into the basics as well. Maybe this is not about thinking what new or dramatic changes that you can do, but maybe this is about you stepping back to see what little things that you can start to do. Virgo also likes to tend into the little details. Virgo likes to put things into little bite-sized pieces, having checklists. So during this Virgo transit, you might find yourself wanting to do a decluttering. Maybe you're finding yourself, wow, having this big summer vacation. Now is the time to wind down, to declutter, to reorganize your home space or your closet, to maybe the weather start to change a little bit. You're finding yourself maybe needing to rearrange your wardrobe, reorganizing it, things like that as well. Virgo also rules our digestive system in our body, and it relates to our physical health. So during this transit, you might also find yourself tending to those areas of your life as well. Virgo often associate with craftsmanship, with herbal, and being in service for others as well. So during this transit, you might find yourself interested in those stuff. You might, and actually, I want to say Virgo is actually one of the witches sign, and many herbalists or green witch actually have Virgo energy, and you don't have to be. For example, being a chef is also using different spices, right? And funny to say that I am also pastry chef, and I do have Virgo in my career house, and being a chef is also one of my career path that I've been on as well. So during this transit, you might find yourself attending to your physical health. Maybe this is a great time to do any body checks. If you are thinking about it, this might be the time to do so as well. However, always remember, I always say that all signs, all houses, all energies, they both have their light and shadow attributes. So while Virgo is about tending to the details, it's about craftsmanship, it's about being in service, Virgo can also tend to be a perfectionist, because Virgo is always trying to think, how can I make this better? How can I perfect it? How can I, it's already really good, but how can I make it even better? And this energy can sometimes lead to being a perfectionist, being overly analyzing and judgmental towards yourself or things or others. So be mindful with that energy. And sometimes it's also about being so nitty-gritty into the details that you lose sight of the big picture as well. So these are the things to be mindful as well. And lastly, Virgo is a sign that is about being in service of others. So during this Virgo season, perhaps you will be thinking about what can you do to be in service of others. It doesn't have to be a grandiose gesture. Of course, it can be. What can you do to contribute to the collective? Or maybe this is about how can you be in service a little bit more to people around you, maybe for your family, for your community, and so on and so forth. And the sun will stay in Virgo until September 22nd. On the same day as the sun enters Virgo, few hours later, we have a new moon in Virgo, and it's happening on August 22nd, 11:06 p.m. Pacific time, or August 23rd, 2:06 p.m. Hong Kong time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. This new moon in Virgo is happening with the sun and the moon at 0 degree 23 minutes in Virgo. So this is a very potent degree. I always refer the 0 degree as the threshold, is the initiation point, is that energy, that feeling of when you are swimming up to the surface, and when you reach the surface, the open air, you do that big exhale, inhale and exhale to get that breath of fresh air. This is that kind of energy at 0 degree. So this can be quite potent. Even though this new moon is happening in the sign of Virgo, it is not an eclipse. However, it definitely opens up our eclipse season. I know some astrologers like to refer to the eclipse season when we reach the point where we have the eclipse. But from my readings or chatting with friends or clients, reading for them, I often find the eclipse energy begins as that season begins, like the sign that the eclipse will take place. When we kickstart that season, the energy kind of is being initiated already, especially of course as we step closer to the week before the eclipse. So this new moon definitely opens up that eclipse portal energy for all of us. And interestingly, later in September, we will have our set of eclipse, and one of them of course will be in the sign of Virgo, and it will be a Virgo solar eclipse happening at 29 degree, which is at the last anaretic degree in the sign of Virgo. So these two new moons, one being a new moon, one being a solar eclipse, actually bookending our eclipse season, our Virgo season as well. So this is very interesting. This doesn't happen all the time at all. So pay attention to see what is coming up for you regarding to what is happening in your life, but also take a look and see which house is ruled by Virgo. What themes, topic areas of your life is Virgo house about? So whenever we have a lunation that happened twice in a row, we call it a blue moon. So this Virgo new moon is actually a blue moon as well, and it happened once a year but it happened in different signs, different lunations. For this, we are having a blue moon, a new moon in Virgo as a blue moon as well. The main and the only aspect that this new moon in Virgo is making is a square with Uranus. So this is very potent. It can be quite intense since this is a square. The square between Uranus and this new moon can bring in that revelation, realization, and aha moment to some of us, like, oh wow, suddenly maybe you have this new insight, new information coming in, a new perspective that is coming in for you. You see things differently, and perhaps you might like, oh, I see it now. Oh, I can do this in a totally different way. Or you suddenly have this new idea about an ongoing situation or area of your life. This is also about how you can get serious about your Virgo house, or maybe Gemini house topics, themes, or areas of your life as well. This is about this new moon being in the 0 degree is inviting us to think about that, right? And what do we want to change, or what do we want to grow with this new sense of realization that might be coming in, this new perspective that might be coming in. This is about what do you want to do to change it up, maybe in a radical way. With Uranus and Gemini, this can be totally something new that is unexpected, that can come in like a surprise, right? And what is it that you want to perhaps rebuild, restart, or even start fresh, right? With a clean slate with this energy. This is also about a moment of purifying, cleansing, cleaning up, and organizing it as well, because it is happening in that 0 degree, that freshness of this energy that is coming in as well. Like I said before, this new moon in Virgo really kind of opens up that eclipse portal, this eclipse season energy for all of us. So perhaps this new moon might bring in something or initiate something that will continue to grow in some karmic destined events as the energy continues to unfold into this eclipse season with our set of eclipse that is coming in for some of us. Okay, especially if those degree point is hitting something in your natal chart, your personal planet, your big 3, and so on and so forth. So see what continues to develop and unfold for you into the month of September as we welcome those sets of eclipse coming in, and especially with that Virgo solar eclipse happening at the anaretic degree later in September. This new moon is really inviting us to take a look and see how can we maybe reorder our priorities, right? Rearranging our priorities, the revelations that is coming in around what you want to do, what you want to change or start in your Virgo house or something in your life as well. And this new moon is happening in the first decan of the sign of Virgo, which is ruled by the sun, and the sun is making this lunation is making this square with Uranus. And the first decan of Virgo is ruled by the tarot card of 8 of Pentacles, which is about craftsmanship, right? You can see that this person is tending and focusing on his craftsmanship, on what he is doing, right? So perhaps this new moon is going to initiate that for some of you, and this is also a reminder into what you have been doing continuously, your craftsmanship, what you're trying to do in your life, what changes, what result, what goal are you trying to go for, and what kind of craftsmanship can you start implementing in that so that you can eventually reach your goal, your result that you want, you desire in your life as well. And this is also about the square, is also about maybe bringing in that new energy, perhaps in your existing craftsmanship that you're doing. What kind of change you can implement to it to make it better, right? What can you start doing, growing, changing that will lead to the person you want to become or the goal that you want to achieve, you desire, and so on and so forth, right? And just on the side, whenever a lunation is squaring Uranus, which we have in this case, we have the sun especially squaring Uranus, and it will be exact in a couple of days. This can really talk about insomnia. So maybe all of us or many of us might have a problem with sleeping later this week and during the weekend as well with this sun and Uranus square. So take care of your sleep. Make sure you can do things that can help you to get some quality sleep, because chances is you might not. And also, the square between Uranus and the sun and the moon can also bring in something other than revelation. It can be some new surprising insights. It can be information, conversation that might be happening around that time that give you a new aha moment. It can also be gossip. It can also be receiving downloads. So see what comes up for you, or what we see in the news. There might be some surprising announcement, secrets being revealed. Who knows, right? We are in the last few days of our post shadow of Mercury retrograde energy as well. So who knows, there might be some surprising announcement, news on the headlines as well. Lastly, the collective message for this week for this new moon in Virgo is a change in the wind, card 12, which I find it really resonate with the new moon energy, because the square between the new moon and Uranus can really bring in a radical change, a change in direction, a change in the wind for many of us. So maybe perhaps it will bring in a different perspective that allow you to see things differently or think things differently, or it might bring in a radical shift or change that you want to do or initiate in some area of your life, in something that is ongoing in your life. So see what comes up for you. Don't forget to share with me in the comments below. Comment, share, subscribe if you feel this video resonate or it help you navigate through the week as well. Feel free to come back later the week. Sometimes you might find listening or watching it again after the energy help you reflect on what happened as well. And again, if you're interested to work with me, I offer all kinds of astrology consultations and reading, tarot and akashic reading, and distant Reiki energy healing session. My email is in the description box below. Feel free to also follow me on Instagram and connect me with there as well. In the meantime, I am sending you lots of new moon love and blessing, and I will see you next time.